Have you ever wondered why sometimes you feel emotionally distant from your partner, even when nothing seems wrong? Or why stress, anxiety, or sadness can suddenly affect your desire for closeness, affection, or intimacy? Many people think intimacy is only about physical attraction, but the truth is much deeper. Your mental health and your intimate life are closely connected in ways most people never realize. Depression can reduce desire. Anxiety can create emotional distance. Stress can silently damage relationships. And when intimacy suffers, mental health often gets worse too. It becomes a cycle that affects millions of relationships around the world. In today's video, we will explore the powerful connection between mental health and intimacy, how stress, anxiety, and depression affect relationships, why emotional connection matters more than physical attraction, and most importantly, how couples can rebuild intimacy and emotional closeness. So if you want healthier relationships, stronger emotional bonds, and better mental well-being, stay with me until the end, because what you're about to learn could completely change how you understand intimacy. Segment 1. Understanding mental health. Before we talk about intimacy, we first need to understand something important. Mental health is not just about mental illness. Mental health includes emotional well-being, psychological balance, how we handle stress, how we connect with other people, and how we feel about ourselves. When our mental health is strong, we usually feel emotionally stable, confident, open to connection, comfortable expressing love and affection. But when mental health struggles appear, things start to change. You may notice emotional withdrawal, loss of interest in closeness, irritability with your partner, lack of communication, and slowly the emotional bond between partners begins to weaken. This is where intimacy starts to suffer. Segment 2. What is true intimacy? When people hear the word intimacy, they usually think about physical relationships, but intimacy is actually much bigger than that. True intimacy has 4 important layers. 1. Emotional intimacy, feeling safe enough to share your thoughts, fears, and dreams. 2. Physical intimacy, touch, affection, closeness, and physical connection. 3. Intellectual intimacy, being able to discuss ideas, opinions, and beliefs. 4. Spiritual intimacy, sharing values, life goals, and deeper meaning. When these forms of intimacy exist together, relationships become stronger and healthier. But mental health problems can disturb this balance. Segment 3. How stress affects intimacy. Stress is one of the biggest enemies of intimacy. Think about it. When someone is overwhelmed with work pressure, financial worries, or life problems, their brain shifts into survival mode. In survival mode, the body focuses on solving problems, avoiding danger, and managing responsibilities. Connection and romance become a lower priority. Stress can lead to irritability with partners, emotional distance, lack of patience, reduced physical affection. Over time, partners may begin to feel neglected or misunderstood, and this slowly weakens the relationship. This is where intimacy starts to suffer. Segment 4. Anxiety and emotional distance. Anxiety creates another challenge in relationships. People dealing with anxiety often experience overthinking, fear of rejection, difficulty trusting, constant worry. This mental state makes emotional closeness harder. For example, someone with anxiety may constantly think, "Am I good enough for my partner? What if they leave me? What if I disappoint them?" These fears create emotional barriers. Instead of feeling relaxed and connected, the person feels tense and guarded, and this tension affects intimacy. Segment 5. Depression and loss of desire. Depression is one of the most powerful mental health conditions affecting intimacy. One major symptom of depression is something called loss of interest or pleasure. This means activities that once felt enjoyable may no longer feel meaningful. This can include physical affection, romantic gestures, emotional connection. Someone struggling with depression may feel emotionally numb, exhausted, disconnected from others. Their partner may misunderstand this as rejection, but in reality, the person is fighting an internal battle. Understanding this difference is very important for healthy relationships. Segment 6, the intimacy mental health cycle. Here is something fascinating. The relationship between mental health and intimacy works both ways. Poor mental health can reduce intimacy, but lack of intimacy can also damage mental health. Humans are naturally wired for connection. When emotional and physical closeness disappear, people may begin to feel lonely, unloved, insecure, emotionally disconnected. These feelings can increase stress, anxiety, and depression. This creates a negative cycle that many couples struggle to escape. Segment 7, how couples can rebuild intimacy. The good news is that intimacy can be rebuilt. Here are some healthy steps couples can take. 1. Honest communication. Talk openly about feelings without blame or judgment. Understanding each other's emotional struggles is the first step. 2. Emotional support. Sometimes your partner doesn't need solutions. They simply need someone who listens and understands. 3. Reduce stress together. Activities like exercise, walking, meditation, spending quality time can help both partners feel more relaxed and connected. 4. Seek professional help. Therapists and counselors can help couples understand emotional patterns and rebuild healthy relationships. Seeking help is not a sign of weakness, it is a sign of emotional maturity. Final thoughts. Mental health and intimacy are deeply connected parts of human relationships. When the mind suffers, relationships often struggle. But when couples support each other emotionally, intimacy can grow stronger than ever before. Healthy relationships are not about perfection, they are about understanding, patience, and emotional connection. So if you or your partner are struggling with mental health challenges, remember this: you are not alone, and with awareness, compassion, and support, relationships can heal. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more discussions about relationships, mental health, and personal growth. Also, share your thoughts in the comments. Do you think mental health affects relationships more than people realize? Let's start an important conversation.